Hello, this is Jacob Jeans reporting a story about a mouse who loves basketball. Here we go. Hoping man to the kid story one day. Once there was a house, a mouse that's black. A mouse that's black and just loves basketball. He had an afro and everything. He just loved basketball. But he went to a black school with other black animals. And black is their culture. Color of skin. Anyways, he went to a black school. He played basketball there, and he loved every second of it, playing with his black friends every day. By the way, he grew up in an orphanage. He lived in an orphanage. He is at least 15 years old. And so he goes right into he lives right in an orphanage and everything. And the care providers there are like family to him. And so one time two white men came over and said this. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is based off a Jackie Robinson story. Two men came over and told him this, and told his care providers this. If you don't come up with the money real soon, your orphanage is going to be shut down. All of these black kids will be homeless. As soon as he heard that, he was in disbelief. As soon as Chris heard that, Chris is the mouse. As soon as Chris heard that, he was in disbelief. And so he went off to find a job. He started working at He started working at a restaurant, making burgers and hot dogs. And as soon as but he still wasn't making enough money yet. But he still wasn't making enough money to pay off that. As soon as he got time, every time he had time, he played a little basketball, making a lot of slam dunks. And so, all of us, one time as he was playing basketball in the gym, two white mouses came over and seeing him making all those slam dunks, they were really amazed. They were like, man, he's really good. So they walked right up to him and asked and told him. So, secretly unknown, they made a deal with one of the mouses brought their father and took him to Chris. Young man, I like your talent in basketball. How would you like to come play for me? And Chris said, sure. But sir, by the way, you'll be going. By the way, I want to ask you some questions. I want to ask you a question. The man told Chris, and he asked him, if I was kicking you and try to prank you, would you walk along? Sir, asked Chris. You looking for someone who's afraid to fight back? Chris asked. No. He said He's looking for someone with guts enough not to fight back. Chris. So he asked Chris. So he asked Chris this. What would I say if I punched you in the face? I'll say this. It's okay. I got the other cheek. Chris said this. It's okay. I got the other cheek. All right. I already called your care provider. I'll call your care provider and you call her. Ask her for advice. Nice. You'll be playing in our white school. You'll be going to a white school. Well, with all the other white people. Understand that. And Chris know this well. No matter how much they bully you and no matter how much they pick on you, call you names or anything, and all that mean stuff, you cannot fight back. That is going to be the hard part. You cannot fight back. Chris said he understood. And so, on his first day of going to that white school, he started school. A lot of those white kids looked at him strange. Looked at him real strange and just didn't want to, and just was like mean to him. And so so the coach waves at him, tells him to go in the gym. And so he goes right into the gym and starts making some shots and everything. Making a lot of shots. And during practice, the team wouldn't pass the ball to him, but then the coach looked at, and the team captain didn't like him, so the coach looked at the team funny, and they started doing stuff with Chris. They started showing Chris stuff and everything, but they hate every second of it. So in the first game, Chris started making a lot of shots and a lot of slam dunks. And just started having fun. And smiling and having fun. And as he was making those slam dunks, nobody was cheering for him but his care providers. The other audience was looking at the care providers funny, but the care providers just did not care. And the advice that the care providers gave Chris, just don't worry about what they think of you. Just focus on yourself. And so that's what Chris did. And so Chris started practicing with the coach every day and having fun with the coach's son and his friend and everything. They treated him like a family. And just was beautiful and just was awesome. And as Chris was doing all those practices in that white school, started making more slam dunks, a white girl and his brother looked in, observing him, how he's doing it. And the girl asked the brother, and the and the and the brother finally asks, "Can you show me something like that?" Chris said sure, and he started showing him some shots and how making slam dunks is difficult, and because it's difficult, there's some things you gotta learn first. And so Chris has taught him some stuff and everything. And the rest of the team was observing and wanted to get in on that too. Everyone except the team captain. The team captain just started growing jealousier, and started wanting to started thinking to himself, I gotta get rid of that mouse. He's stealing my thunder. And so he decided to start playing pranks on Chris, but all the pranks backfired on him. He tried to light up his butt. He tried to light up his butt. He tried to drop a brick on Chris's head, but the brick fell on him instead. And then he saw Chris was coming his way. He put a bear trap to the bathroom. He put a bear trap in the stall, but Chris went to the other stall and used the bathroom there. The captain was wondering what happened. He went into the same... Actually, Chris went into the same stall and nothing happened. And so the team captain... And as Chris went out, the team captain was in disbelief. And so he went into the stall himself. All of a sudden, crack! The bear trap snapped on his leg. The bear trap snapped on his leg. And so he put bees. So he put bees in the locker. And as Chris opened the thing, opened his locker, instead of going after him, they went after the team captain. The team captain's face was all bloated up with bee stings. With bee stings. And all those other pranks. So he decided. So he tried a pie trick. On him with a catapult and a piece of pie on the catapult. Chris was actually exercising in the gym. He fired the catapult, but the catapult missed Chris and hit the captain right in the face. And the captain couldn't see, so he sat on the stove, and his butt got lit on fire. And his butt got lit on fire. And he rubbed his butt and he ran outside, put his butt in the water. And guess who was watching? The coach's son. So the coach's son told his father, Kevin. So the coach's son Kevin told his father the team captain was off the team. And so the team, but then, but so the team captain went to another white school. Well, and by the way, white school, and Chris was now the new team captain. And they won every single game until it got to two games. The semifinals and the championships. And the school championships. And so Chris saw the team captain. And so Chris saw the team captain then go off into the team captain. Saw the team captain go off into the team captain on the other team, on another team in the semifinals. And he was in cahoots with the coach. And he was in cahoots with the referee, and so he told the referee to call false plays on him. Kevin found out and told the coach. Kevin found out and told the coach, and the former team captain was out of the game was out for the rest of the game. Chris's team wound up winning and went to a celebration. Then some bad news happened. Chris's friend was killed. Chris was about to give up until all of his Chris yelled and was about to give up until all of a sudden his care provider came over and spoke some sense to him, went back to the team and said he was sorry. And so Chris went back to the team and said, let's just do our best. That's all that can count. But one of the teammates said, no, it isn't. We've won. Look, Chris, we won every game up until this now. Now I know you're a black. Now I know you're black. You're a black mouse. But now I also consider you a friend. It doesn't matter if we're black, green, blue, white, or orange. All of us should be treated individually. So Chris, let's go out there and win this championship. Chris said okay until it got Chris said okay. And they started making some shots, started missing some and it was down to the point where they only need one shot to win the game. So Chris made a plan, and they went out to play again. And so Chris grabbed the ball. And so Chris's team got the ball. They passed it to Chris. Chris made the slam dunk, thus winning the whole game. And finally, Kevin's father gave Chris. Everyone cheered, including the white people. Not just the Caravires, the white people. And Chris's coach gave him a thing to run his school president. Now he could fight back. Now Chris could fight back. And he recited the Martin Luther King poem, telling everyone they should be treated the same, no matter what color they are of the skin. And that is the story of the basketball mouse. The end. Hit subscribe to hear more stories on this YouTube page. This is Big Jake signing off. Peace out.